So this is a tutorial on how to use Windows Movie Maker, you guys. Windows Movie Maker is an old program. This is what it looks like. And I don't know why Windows stopped supporting it, but it's a wonderful program, much, much better than Photos. I'm going to show you guys quickly what I can do with it. I'm going to open here my video on Screencast-O-Matic, where I have all my videos here. So let's say you have, I'm going to give an example here. I'm going to put tutorial here. One thing that I like to do when I start is to File, Save Project as. Actually, first time you save project as, right? And I'm going to save it here as tutorial Screencast-O-Matic, because then, whoops, then if something happens, you have the project itself done, right? The project itself is saved. All the work that you're going to do, or photos and things like that that you can put on, that will be safe. The reason why I like to save it is because it has happened to me before that I had one video, two videos, three videos, a couple of little photos in the middle, and I had all these transitions and everything, and this thing just froze. It's not very often. This is a pretty stable program, but you don't want to have to restart everything, right? So do that, and then once in a while, click on Save Project, okay? Once in a while, let's say you have a couple new things that you did, File, Save Project, boom. So we have here the video. I'm going to show you what you can do with it. So once you press the go button right there, so you saw how I had that little break there. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna find right when I did that pause. So right there. So I clicked here, now it's pause, yes? Go to edit under video tools, and this is my favorite friend here, split. So I'm gonna click split here. And now I have two clips, two video clips. This one here is now bad. I can actually just right click, remove. So now it starts from here. So once you press the record button, it will just start recording it. So here I have me showing how this goes, right? How this is working and how you can have your face in several different spots. Let's say that I want to then, I don't like the next few seconds. So I'm going to put a split in here and I'm going to play it. If you choose to do that. So I think, I'm hoping that this worked. So I'm going to pause here. Let's say I didn't like this, right? So now I have this little clip here. In the middle of the two good clips, same thing. You're just gonna right click, remove. Let's say you did this, right? You have all your clips that you like, you took out all the parts that you didn't like. I'm gonna go here into my my files, and I'm going to put on a little photo first. So let's say this one here, Art Studio Bakes a Cake, who cares, right? Gonna put this one in the front here. Now I have the editing for the video. You see here how these options are going to change, right? So editing for video is different than editing for a slide. So this is a slide. So you can also make a slideshow with this. If you add a bunch of different photos, you can make them into a slideshow. You can determine how many seconds. I think that 4 seconds for a beginning is pretty good. So now I have this here, right? Little slide. I can also put a slide in the end. Let's just find my little slide for the end. I usually have the same slide for the end. Banner and boom, thanks for watching. There you go. So let's say you want to put a little song. Let's say you went and you got a little song that you want to put on, a little clip of a music or something. All you have to do is, let's say you want to put the song here overlapping the video. You're going to go to home and you're going to add music. So you're going to add music. I suggest add music at the current point. If you just say add music and you're adding more than one songs, if you're adding, let's say, an effect like a cricket, and then you're adding a song on another part, I don't think you can overlap it. I could not have a song and a effect. That you can't do. But if, for instance, I have already, the video already has sound on it, right? The video has sound on it, then I can overlap it. I can put music too, right? But if you are, let's say I put this here, okay, put this open, boom. So it's adding music just regular. If you just add music regular, and then now you're going to do another add music regular, add music, cricket noise sound, it doesn't know where to put it. So it's going to put it here. Sometimes if it's a long song, it's going to see, now I tried to move it, now deleted the old one. It's a mess. Basically, wherever you want your sound to be, you're going to click on that area. You're going to say, actually, I'm going to remove this one here for now. Remove this one here. You're going to add music at the current point. So I click here. I'm going to say add music at the current point, and then I'm going to add my little hop along 25-second, which is just my usual. I like this little beginning. I like it. But of course, this, if you look, now the sound is going all the way, right? So once you press the record button, that's awful. So for you to change the length of the sound, you're going to click on, see, music tools appear now. Now you have video tools and you have music tools. So that will only, I think, appear once you actually have a song or effect, sound effect added to it. So now I'm going to say start time, okay, start point 0, fine. Now the end point, I wanted to end at 4 seconds. So I'm going to put 4S and click enter. And now I have this thing that is teeny tiny, just the size of my slide, okay? Now what I'm going to do also is I like fading out medium. You add a fade out effect and it's a smoother transition. So let's listen. So that's kind of what it is, kind of, right? Usually this is a little longer. We can also change that later. So one thing you have to keep in mind is, let's say I added a music here, right? Oops, I'm gonna add music at the current point, and I'm going to say a cricket noise here. See how this song starts exactly where I want it, right? But let's say now I change my mind and I want this video tools, this slide. So I go to video tools, duration. I want the slide now to be 7 seconds. Look what it did to my music, to my cricket sound. The cricket sound now is on the wrong spot. So I suggest whatever you do, work from the front of the video to the back if you're going to add music and special effects, and then keep that in mind. Or if you change something later, go back then and change every single one. See, all I did was drag it, because you can drag this whatever you want it, right? Drag it to where you want it. Okay, so click on the sound and move it. All right, so let's say, okay, this is great. I have a beginning, I have an ending. Let's say I want to add a little transition. In between this video and this video, I want a little transition. Animations is you can also do that. See, these are all the animations that it does. So that transition is actually nice. I like that transition, but I prefer really to keep it very simple, just a fade in, fade out. That's just my preference. But you can come to animations and you have all these animations that you can choose to add to your videos. So in between the videos, you'd have that. So I'm going to show you that now. I'm going to add this one here. So if I play, so once you see between this one and this one, it has now a transition. So and then if I want to do it between this one and this one, I'll just add it. Boom. So if you saw it, this was the transition working, but because the backgrounds are very similar, all it did was clip the sound and overlap the sound. That's not a good thing. I did not like that at all. What I usually do when I want to do a transition is I do under visual effects, I go under multiple effects, and I like to go and do fade out to white. I like using white. White is nice and happy. And fade in from white. You know, I just do everything fade in, fade out. White is great. Everything gets bright and happy. So when you play, it looks like that. So, let's remove that animation there. See, you can always, whatever you put on an animation, you can always, like for a test, you can always go here and say no. First square will remove any animation you have, so no. All right, so that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty, you can play with this. You can play with the speed of a video. Let's say, I've done that so many times. It's so fun. If you have a little spot of the video that you just want to accelerate, let's say you're doing a demo of something and you want something to show really, really quickly. I'm going to clip this right here, split. And I'm going to make this part super, super quick. So I click this video only, and it's going to change the speed only on that section. So now I have this, see? It has, once it goes really, really fast, like 16 times, it will remove the sound, which is fun. But you can also have it 2 times, I think the sound stays. Actually, I'm going to take a screenshot of this because I don't think you can see it, but on the video itself, so that's fun too, right? You can make fun things with this. So you can change the speed of parts of a video, change your voice and change your speed, the parts of a video. What else? You can also do for the video sound, you can fade in, fade out the sound, right? And again, if you click on the music, you can play with music options of fade in, fade out. You can set start times. This is a pretty powerful video editor. You can also rotate things. I've never really done that much, but yeah, like that, you can kind of rotate. Okay. This part I never use. I also never go and publish straight to YouTube. I like to save my movie, and then let's pretend this is done. Actually, I'm going to actually change this endpoint to 7 seconds, and it still has fade out to medium, so it should be better now. And I'm going to move this over here, so the crickets are on the right side. Anyway, you can get everything kind of ready, and when you're happy with it, you come here to File, and you're going to Save Movie. I recommend you save the movie for high definition display, just because you can always make that smaller. If you upload it to YouTube, it will make it smaller for you. It's always good to have as high definition as you can. It will also take more space in your computer. So maybe if you're making a longer movie, you don't want that. But I always do. So now it's saving. One good thing is all the clips and all the things that I've done here did not affect the original videos. Okay, it's only affecting the project itself. Before I leave, I'm going to save the project. This way the project and where I clip everything and where I put everything is going to be saved. So awesome. So the video is now ready. I can open my folder and I can see my video somewhere in there, tutorial screencast-o-matic. So there it is. So last thing before I leave Windows Movie Maker, I'm going to save the project. It's not a big file, so the project itself from Windows Movie Maker is not going to be big. It's saving the information where you want the videos to be clipped and all that stuff. Is saving that. You cannot move. Let's say you think, oh, I have my project saved. Now I can delete all the other videos from the folder that you have, from this folder here where I am taking the videos from. Where is it? So if you go in here now, if I go in here and I delete these videos, you will be breaking your project. So make sure, if you have a project and it's not finalized, not to delete the videos that make it. Keep them until you have your final saved video, and then you can, delete everything and clean up your files. Okay? I have the video saved here, right? And it's a video that I could now send to YouTube or share with a friend or whatever I want, right? I wanted to show you guys my working file for the online Learning for Teachers #1, the Screencast-O-Matic file, because it is very complex and you can see a lot of different things that I did. So, like all of these little clips here in the middle, these are parts that I actually erased and I removed from the video, and other videos that I had done and I joined them together. So that's really neat. Here, this is that little sound that I added by saying add music at the current point. I always make sure to do that, otherwise it's going to mess up all your other music. And if you insert something after you have something after, this is going to get bumped away. So for instance, if I get this right now, going to Music Tools, and if I make my endpoint be, let's say, 7, watch what happens to this audio file here. 7, enter. See, everything that you create the audio files after are going to get bumped. So it's better to start from the beginning and then add your audio, add your special effects and everything instead of inserting something in the middle. If you do that, I've done it before, you just have to then move these all over again to the right spot. So let's undo that. This here is something that I hadn't shown you, but that is how I put the numbers on, or any writing on the screen really. Let's look for another writing here. For instance, this one here. This is a writing that you can put by going to Home and adding a caption. Once you add caption, you are going to create another tab. It's automatic. It creates automatically, called Text Tools. And here you can change the font, you can change the color of the font, pretty standard stuff, so that you can get it nice and poppy with the background. One more thing I wanted to show is this here is actually a slideshow. So every slide has a different duration. I wanted to match my voiceover to the slide. So what I did is I moved my audio file here and let it play. And if I felt that the slide needed to be a little longer, I just changed the duration. So this slide is 23 seconds, but the next slide is 25, the next slide is 21, and I have a few small ones here. This I inserted a little video in the middle. This slide here is 1250. You know, it depends on the slide how long you need it to be to match your voiceover. So you just adjust the length of the slides and that should be fine. One interesting thing you can also do, this here is part of the same voiceover as this part here. So these are the same file, but you can actually split the voiceover. If you go to Music Tools, click on where you want it to be. So let's play it, right? I usually keep it on both because I'm usually doing something that requires both. So let's say you want to split right here after both. I'm going to play it until it's right there, and I'm going to click split. And now I have the file that I can now move and place wherever I need it to be. It's very neat. There are many more different things that you can find out and figure out for yourselves. There's quite a lot of options, but they're all very easy, very intuitive. So I think you guys are going to have fun with this. Okay, you guys, so I hope this helped. I'm going to share this program with you, and I hope to see you guys soon.